Maybe. Welcome everyone to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Camarilla Venue. We're going to open up the scene with Jason and Isabel starting to pack things up at the Brown House when Jason finally dawns on him that he should get a hold of Frank. Being a good clan leader and good clan mate, he wants to make sure that Frank knows he's going to take that out just to be respectful of the guy who's helped him out almost the most since he's been in the city. So we'll open up the scene with Jason pulling out his phone and sending Frank a text. Hey, I'd like to meet when you have some time.
You'll get a text not but 30 seconds after you send it. Yes, I have time. Studios, Leonardo, come.
Jason will flick his phone close, put it in his pocket, and start heading for the door. On his way. Go ahead.
And Isabel will, when she knows that Jason's about to leave, she's just finished kind of putting stuff away. Like, she's been packing up. Specifically, she's got Jason's hat, too. She's still not giving it back. And, when he goes to leave, she'll go, "Hey, Jason, you, want me to come with?"
Yeah, I'm gonna go meet, Frank.
Yeah. And she kind of sighs, like, this is hard on her, but she'll head for the door and go, "Yeah, I want to talk to him, too."
And so he'll flip up his phone and sorry, one sec.
To lackadaisically flat forward the scene, we go ahead and see these two kindreds, these two children of the night, these two beings who are rather young, possibly much too inexperienced for this particular city. Go ahead and make the travel. Go ahead and make their way to the front porch steps of Leonardo Studios. They are met, or at least they are met when they ring the bell. A tall Amazonian woman, one of Frank's own retainers, goes ahead and looks them over, asks them if they would like to claim any weaponry, the proper security procedures, and what have you. After making a few calls upstairs, he goes ahead and gets confirmation that these are indeed two people that he knows. He goes ahead, or I should say that she goes ahead and escorts these two kindred upstairs to the rooftop, actually, of Leonardo Studios. On this rooftop, you see a greenhouse situated towards the center of it. It's full of life, full of greenery in this much more of a colder month in New York. You also see an aviary, a huge bird cage full of different types of pigeons. sparrows, the like, just different kind of birds that you would find in New York, and several different exotic ones. And over in the corner you see Frank Green. Seems as if he's holding a glass bottle, a red glass bottle to himself, and he's going ahead and drinking out of it. To the side is two other bottles, almost identical.
And Jason will hold up his hand in recognition as he walks in. Mr. Green?
Mr. Green doesn't look at you. He just goes ahead and throws his bottle up, gestures to walk over.
Jason will do so.
As you walk past the aviary, a few of the birds go ahead and ruffle their feathers just the tiniest bit before settling down.
Isabel will pause in her steps on the way towards Frank to look at the birds for a moment and kind of smile a little bit because she finds them very pretty. And then she will join Jason's side once he approaches Frank fully.
Frank Green just goes ahead and looks up to both of you. Mm-hmm. You wanted to talk? I'm here. Talk.
Yes, about that out that you were giving Clan Gangrel without any explanation needed, I'd like to take it.
I should say at the time there would be no explanation required, but that was a lie.
Understandably so. Well, Celio is leaving the city, and as being their security officer, I'd like to join them. With everything starting to breathe down the Camarilla's neck as of late, we want to try to find someplace a little bit more quiet, peaceful. That, and it seems like everything we try to do, we get hedged off. So, we want to grow as vampires, and it seems our life expectancy is increasingly going down the longer we stay in New York.
Goes ahead and puts the decanter down on the table. Sort of stands up, meets you chest to chest, Jason. Looks you in the eye. He actually goes ahead and takes off his sunglasses and looks you straight in the eye.
And Jason, for the first time around being Frank Green, does not cower down.
You can see that his eyes are glowing with a preternatural glow. You know the eyes of the beast. These are the eyes of the beast, but they're also not the eyes of the beast. These are Frank's eyes looking at you. Not staring begrudgingly, not staring judgingly, but more peering into you, knowing for the fact you're probably in the right. This is probably the wisest move you're going to make, he says audibly.
Well, I appreciate it. I thought it would be most respectful to at least tell you, as you are the highest authority I have met since getting into the city.
With you gone, it is me again, alone.
What happened to the other two?
The one I keep close to myself. The other one, she wanders. She's never been really one to stay in one place. I respect that. The other one. The other one I want to keep very, very close to myself, but I also want to keep a very, very loose rein on it. You understand?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm sorry to leave you, but like I said, for the safety of myself and my kind, I have enjoyed my stay here in New York, and I do appreciate everything you've done. And with this, Jason was carrying a duffel bag over his shoulder, and he'll take it off and set it down next to Frank. It will contain the entire contents that he was given when entering New York, uh, plus a little bit extra money than what was originally in the bag.
Go. Walk away. That is your freedom. That is your choice. It has always been there for you. Clan Gangrel has always had the choice to walk away.
And Jason will nod with this, turn around, and start heading for the door. Not another word to be passed between him and Frank.
Franklin goes ahead and catches the other one before she moves, looks to her. You approach.
Isabel had been kind of staying back and letting them have their sort of Gangrel family moment and not wanting to intrude on it. And after Jason walks off and Frank calls for her, she'll step forward. And she's having a hard time looking at him at this point. Keeps looking off to the side.
Mm-hmm. Frank Green goes ahead, walks towards one of the aviaries, walks towards one of the bird cages, puts a hand in, and when he retracts it, he takes out 2 blue sparrows, actually, and he walks back to Isabel. He holds in his hand these 2 cooing creatures, just places it in her hands.
And she'll gently take the birds and she'll look down at them and she'll kind of smile. Do they have names? She finally speaks.
That one, he goes ahead and pokes at it. That one's name's Lenore. Looks to the other one. That one is Maphael. Maphael. It's a name. It's a name that should be remembered. Maphael. Lenore.
And she nods.
Give me a phone. Give me a phone number. Keep in touch. You make sure that he, looking over to the gangrel that has had his back turned, keeps in touch with me.
Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on him. And I'll make sure he talks to you. And I'll keep in contact with you too. And she looks up and she's finally brave enough to look him in the face. And she's like, you know, I never properly thanked you for everything you've done, but you're one of the few kindred in this city that ever made me feel like I belonged here. So I'm really going to miss you.
What about the rest of your coterie?
Like I said, one of the few. Jason and Celio are the other 2. As well, there's one other, and I ask a very small favor. And she kind of holds the birds out to him because she needs to get in her pockets, and she can't juggle the birds.
He goes ahead and takes them for a second.
And she will reach in her pocket and almost laugh at her own silliness at this whole thing that she's about to do, but she takes out It's a pen. It's a red pen that has the name of a bank on it. Some National Bank of New York, I'm going to say. And a little bit of a chain on it from where she had yanked it off of the clipboard. When I first came to this city, I took this. And then I hid inside the coal cellar, where I met Limey. I played a bit of a game with them back and forth for the whole time we were here, where we would try to get the pin onto one another. It was helping my skill with pickpocketing. And she just kind of shakes her head, kind of the absurdity of it all. But if you could give this to him for me, I want it to stay with him, so maybe he'll remember me.
I'm sure he will remember you even without the pin. But I'll be more than happy to do so.
And she'll smile and say, thank you. And she's like, trying not to cry, it looks like at this point. She's very emotional for a vampire. And she'll look over her shoulder at Jason, seeing him kind of waiting at the door. I suppose I should get going.
Sure. Where do you plan to go?
Well, Celia's told me about this little place down in Texas. Of all places, I know. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I have to follow him. I can't let him go out there by himself. Who's going to keep him off the bottle? He kind of gives a bit of a sarcastic smile.
The road is tough. The road is very, very hard. Going nomadic comes naturally to the Vagabonds, my clan, but it's not too kind to those other clans, which is why we've always had the choice whether or not we wanted to stay or whether or not we wanted to go. It's always been our out. It's always been our freedom. It's always been a privilege that I have not taken quite yet. So go. Nobody's keeping you here. Nothing is keeping you here.
No. I might come back someday. You never know what the future brings.
Which is why I want you to keep in contact with me.
And I will. I promise. I really do. But I've got my boys to look after. She kind of shrugs.
I'm sure they would be lost without you.
I'll make sure Jason doesn't try to sleep in any parks. She kind of grins a little.
Take your gift. Go on.
And she'll reach out for the birds. And she'll smile at them and go, thank you. Really, thank you.
Go. Fly. Fly, you fool. Fly.
And she will nod and she'll walk away. She'll go to where Jason is, and once she's where Jason is, at that point it hits her. And a little blood red tear will come out of her eye at that point, and she will just kind of look up at Jason and then walk without saying anything to him down to their taxi.
Jason will wrap an arm around Isabel as they walk around, giving as much comfort as he can for being a vampire. And at that, we will end the scene. So thank you. Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to do the outro if you don't mind.
Not a problem.
Frank Green goes ahead, goes to the lip of the roof, watches the two kindred pile into their own taxi, with their own belongings, their own overnight bags, the duffel bag behind him with the Kindred starter kit mostly used. He goes to something that he's prepared. He walks over to a sledgehammer. He looks at the pristine greenhouse before him. The glass, the metal, the green foliage. Goes ahead, takes the sledgehammer, raises it overhead, and in one mighty yell proceeds to destroy it completely and utterly.